Gone over to America for a while really, to speak to our American cousins. But I'm going to do it today. I'm going to talk to them about the old fight business. I'm going to New York tonight. There's a lot of bits and pieces to look at, and I'm going to talk. Well, I'm going to talk to the top man, my top man over there, the pound for pound best verbalizer. That's a Don King word. Hey, it's Mike Marley, the verbalizer. How are you, Mike?
Indubitably, Big Daddy, indubitably, whatever that means.
Oh, boy, those were fun days. Mike, first of all, I'm going to ask you a little bit about the fight we got on Paddy's Day in New York at Madison Square Garden.
You know what? I saw Brother Macklin last night. He's full of... not Guinness, but he's full of vinegar, and he was with his trainer, of course, the former world champion, James Buddy McGirt, and they've got quite an Irish crew. I mean, they do have an Italian-American promoter, DeBella, but Kevin Rooney Jr. is the son of Kevin Rooney. He's the publicist.
Oh, boy.
Buddy McGirt is a good black Irishman, former world champion. But Buddy... I interviewed Buddy the other day. Macklin had an open workout. He had some of his hurling star buddies over
that's right. Flew over from Ireland.
From Ireland. Yeah, I said maybe you could use that stick in the ring against Martinez. They laughed, but you know, Matthews. I just like his demeanor, Matthew. He's got a lot of confidence. He's coming to fight, and you know, as Mike McTeague in Battling Siki proved one St. Patrick's Day night in Ireland, strange things can happen for an Irish fighter on St. Patrick's night.
You're not wrong, and in that theatre downstairs, Mike, the atmosphere will be absolutely electric, and there'll only be, 3 or 4, half a dozen people there for the Argentinian who's now based in California, Martinez.
Yeah, but Sergio, you know, he gets all the respect. A lot of people think he's the third best in the world pound for pound, but you're right. His supporters will be few.
Yeah, they certainly will be few, and his will be many. Now, Mike, I was going to speak to you a couple of weeks ago when we had that altercation with David Hay and Derek Chisora. The reason I was going to talk to you, Mike, is that there's a fantastic film on YouTube where Don King picks his 10 best fights outside the ring, and at number 1 is the fantastic Trevor Berbick and Larry Holmes fight, where Larry runs along the top of a Hummer and dives up in the air, all sort of, you know, whatever it is, 17 stone of him, 6'5", and he's flying through the air and lands on Berbick. But he's so nearly landed on you in your Hawaiian shirt. Mike, talk me through what was going through your head.
I'll tell you, I saw Larry's... The whole thing was crazy because we were at a press conference. Larry had just fought, and Trevor, who was a crazy man anyway, he went on this verbal rant about Larry Holmes as a girlfriend from Las Vegas and blah, blah, blah. And meanwhile, Larry's lovely wife, Diane, is standing there.
Oh, shit.
She went and told Larry what Berbick said. And so I'm standing outside the hotel in Hollywood, Florida, and I'm furiously writing down Berbick's words. And I look up in the sky, and I see the combat boots of Larry Holmes coming in the direction of my head. So, and, you know, it really got scary, Steve. I mean, it's funny to look at now, but because Larry was going to, I mean, he might have actually killed Berbick. He chased him out into the traffic on US 1, and here's Trevor Berbick. Here's a former heavyweight champion, the one former heavyweight champion chasing another in the middle of a federal highway.
As you say, it wasn't funny at the time. It's only now that we can laugh at it.
Yeah, you know, and unfortunately, not to be gruesome about it, but that wasn't the last time Mr. Berbick lost his head. As you know, he was actually decapitated in Jamaica by a relative.
By a relative, yeah. Not that it makes it any better, does it? I mean, it doesn't help.
No.
I mean, once you have your head chopped off, it doesn't matter if it's your loving wife or your mortal enemy.
That's right. You got to be careful how you lose your head. It's a reminder of the famous when I worked at the New York Post, the famous New York Post headline: a guy went into a topless bar in Queens, shot and killed a couple of people, and he took an axe and chopped off the barman's head. The front page of the Post the next day said, "Headless body in topless bar." Thank God we can laugh, right, Steve?
Hey, listen, we probably upset some people, but I love that one. Mike, let me ask you this, Mike. Well, we love heavyweights over here. We've got a young kid called Tyson Fury, a gypsy kid. He can fight a lot. We've got a young kid called David Price, got a bronze medal in 2008. He can fight a lot. We had Derek Chisora, so nearly, pushed Vitaly Klitschko before that rampage. Mike, what is happening to your American heavyweights? Where are all the kids gone? And don't tell me basketball. I'm not buying it. Where are they, Mike?
Yeah, I don't know. There's just, I don't know if there's no role models. I mean, you're right. There's no Larry Holmes. There's not even a Mike Weaver around.
Exactly.
There's no Greg Pages. But I tell you a guy to keep an eye on, our friend the Cat in the Hat from the Khan fights, the advisor to a young lad that looks like he's U.S. champion.
You like him, don't you? Yeah.
Michael the Bounty Hunter, yes.
Yeah. Son of the Bounty Hunter.
Particularly, I like him even better if I'm his attorney.
You like him even better if you're his attorney.
No, but he actually, you remember his father.
Yeah, his father
was a journeyman heavyweight, the Bounty Hunter.
And it came to an untimely death as well, his father, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, the Los Angeles Police Department, he got shot and killed by some police officers on a roof.
You shouldn't laugh, Mike, should you? But I'm sorry.
Steve, and they say that boxing's dangerous. These guys are better off in the ring.
Listen, Mike, it's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Hey, Steve, what's your final thought? How do you think Mr. Brother Macklin will do?
I think he'll push him really late, and I think he'll lose in either the last round or the 11th round, or he'll lose on points. But I think it'll be tight up until the end. I can see Martinez having to come back.
Ah, very good, very good. So the beer will be flowing at ringside. That I can tell you.
Well, listen, have one or two, even have three or four for me. Mike Marley, thanks for Mike.
Always a pleasure, Big Daddy.
Mike, just tell people what your Twitter is if they want to follow you.
Yes, Marley, one word, Marley Boxing on Twitter, and I write on a website called Examiner.com. Just type in Michael Marley and boxing, and you'll find my epic literature.
Oh, it is epic as well. Mike Marley, thanks very much.
Hey, always a pleasure, Big Daddy.
No, it's my
Bye-bye. Cheers.
Mike Marley, we've had some big nights. He's been involved in he's been right at the centre of some of the biggest stories from the 70s, 80s and 90s. Now,